Keeper here. Welcome, welcome. I see that I have a couple of people already. We have Queen Freya Adelaria Ambrosia Dragon. Greetings, Your Majesty. Glad to have you here. And okay, let's see. Ba-da-ba-ba. JJ with the Banui. There we go. Find the icon. Let me know who's here. Worlds Upon the Wind. Describing this as a roguelite deck builder set in mystical Japan is just not doing it justice at all. Just completely not at all. Let's get into this game because I want to rhapsodize about it. It took me about a minute to get play to come up. It has like 3 menus on the streaming page and it feels random which one is active. Oh, terrible, terrible GUI. Let us see a nicely done GUI. This I've got the music turned off right now in the game so that I can run my opening credits and do my opening spiel. Opening spiel. Content warning. This is a dark ride. I am an old queer cis male living on Nisqually land in the Pacific Northwest in a state with legal weed, and I cuss a lot. Oh, and I have very strong political opinions and tend to spout off. So, you've been warned. Let's talk about this GUI because this is clean. It is spare. It is easy to read. It has an interesting note here, streamer mode. Whether to skip music tracks that may trigger Content ID claims on platforms like YouTube. If you receive a claim, license certificates are available so you can prove that the music is and the game is licensed. And the developer will help you with that. The developer, this is a single developer game. This is just one person. The developer on this game is an interesting person. I want to get to know them better. They have a Discord. I've been on it. Um, it's and I don't have to remember what. And then there's this lovely little reset to default that'll turn the music back on. Does not change the streamer mode. That's a manual toggle. Doesn't have it. If it it's set to off by default, but it won't reset to off when you reset to default. It stays on, which is a nice touch. And here is the opening screen. Note that the cat is just very slightly animated. There's a little bit of animation here and there, just a little. I'm going to start a new game so that we can go through this. I want to document this out. I'm going to be playing...
Once, we were the masters of our world.
This is using source art, and there is a museum mode we'll get into later, but right now I can hover over the watermark, and it tells me that this piece is by Utagawa Hiroshige, and was done somewhere around 1848 to 1849.
Trees bowed to our axes. Beasts and rivers alike ran where we willed. We carved up the earth and took our rightful inheritance. But divine favor would not last forever. Droughts scorched our fields, and winds wailed against our shelters. We fought back with cunning and miracles to quell the shaking land. And in our struggle, we shattered what we treasured most. All that remains is 10,000 shards, adrift upon the wind. Among us were some who listened to your words, O Enlightened One, and prepared for the end. They inked our names upon a great scroll shielding us from the shattering. With our faith rewarded, we set out to reunite the world.
O enlightened one, your prophecy told us that after the shattering, we are to put the shards back together one expedition at a time. Let's begin then by rebuilding a Torii gate. This teaches us I'm going to need to get out of tutorial mode here. We'll build the Torii gate first. And worry about the introductory to the mechanics in a second. That does this. This is just showing us how we're done with building, but we'll need to redouble our efforts to open the gateway. Guide us with a sign. We redraw the hand. This is showing us how gameplay works. And we have the right essences now to be able to complete and open the gateway. Gather expedition. I need to drag and drop again. We invoke the blessing. This is a draw to, so we right click it in order to fire it off. And we get a fill 2. There we go. Right click that, fire it off, and boom, we're done. Let's get through here. Okay. Please look kindly on us as we step out, O enlightened one. We only need a foothold in this strange new land. We have a bodhisattva guiding us. The game is quite quiet. Oh no, it must have just been the dialogue. That's a possibility. Just so the others can feel safe when they follow. You have already saved us from the shattering, so I trust that you'll guide us to restore the world. I know you have better things to do than watch our every footstep, but if you nudge us in the right direction, we'll handle the rest. Okay. So, let's see if I can exit the tutorial mode. Probably not. It doesn't want... This isn't quite... I was starting a new game. I didn't expect it to start me in the tutorial. Alright, we'll just play through this. So, this is how you play a run in this game. Now here, I want to talk about mechanics for a second, because I'm seeing some parallels here in game mechanics between several things. I'm starting to see patterns in game design after having been streaming and hanging out on streaming with people who know this stuff for a couple of years. This is a run. It's like playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You do a run through a set of loosely predefined situations, trying to work your way through it the best you can. What I've got here is the beginning of a run. I have, instead of cards, I have glyphs. This one is the glyph of water. It carries life essence. There are stability and craft and so forth. And the essences unlock things within the sites. What I need to do here is to see how to develop this land. I don't have a goal bar right now. It's not telling me what it wants me to do. So, looking at what I've got, I could go the short route here and just grab the Snowcat Peaks, but there's so much more to unlock underneath some of these. Same here, the Rock Garden seems like the logical one to unlock over here, because it's got more stuff under it. That gets me 5 Harmony and 5 Beauty right now. I'm going to... to unlock the smoldering crater over here for 10 beauty and 5 adventure. And you notice that it lights up on the map. Let's see. I can get toward the natural hot springs. I'll still need a stability essence. And I can take this craft essence, put it over here on the ruined outpost. I'm going to right-click, I'm now going to invoke this glyph to do the gain 5 beauty on the bottom. So glyphs can be played one of two ways. They can be used to fill in, or they can be invoked to use the invocation, to use the gain or whatever that they've got. Give it a right click and redraw the hand and see what I've got. And I have, okay, this is going to be a little risky. What I'm going to do here, first, over here, this is harmony, beauty, and shelter. This gives me a lot of safety. I would much rather have the lot of safety. So I'm going to take mountain and send it to the ruined outpost that I can rebuild and gain safety and a little beauty. Over on this side, I've got to fill one, but it's a random. If it hits this, I get the natural hot springs. If it hits either of these, I get bupkis, because I've got no more cards I can draw. These two won't do me any good at all. This one allows me to see the top card on the deck and decide whether I want to leave it on the top or discard it and take my chances with what's below it. But I need to be able to redraw my hand to be able to make any use of that, so its invocation is not useful. Pop goes the weasel. It got the one we needed. Hurrah! Fortune has favored us. And we have the natural hot springs, which gets us harmony, a little beauty, a little safety in the foray, and that completes that of the first part here. Okay, because I completed that foray successfully, I get to add a glyph to my hand. There's some interesting stuff here. Now, excuse me. It shows me how many essences I already have in my deck. My glyph deck contains 1 craft. Gonna be hard to draw a craft. Gonna be hard to draw much of anything. My best bet here is to go with this one. Divine 6 is a power move. It allows me to go through the top 6 cards in the deck and discard any or all of them if I feel like it, if they're in the way. That's a power move. But more importantly, it has a radiance glyph, which I've only got 1 of, and it has a life glyph, which I've got 3 of, but I can always use more. These first 3 are really, like foundational: stability, change, and life. And then you get things that happen later: craft, spirit, radiance, and connection. You'll see how all this works along the way. I'm going to go with this one. Okay, now we get the bar at the top telling us we need 7 harmony, 3 adventure. And I need to choose the location. Mountains are good for adventure. Scrubland is good for harmony, but no good for adventure at all. But if I go up this way, ooh, look at all that. 25 in the canyon, but it's going to be tricky to get to all of it, I'm sure. I'm going to go for it anyway. pick that location, and you see we're starting to fill in the land and use up the resources as we go. It'll get tighter. Start the foray. Look at the canyon. The adventure is lit up. Murmuring ravine and floating stones will give me 15 without having to dig down too far. So I'm going to go on and lock in the murmuring ravine and the floating stones. I've got my adventure quota already made. I got to get harmony. And the way to harmony is going to be to the verdant hollow, because I can see I have a life and I have a radiance, and I just need to get one more life. I'm going to lock that in. Key this. And now I have a connection, but it has a continue one, which is an incredibly powerful invocation. It will fill in one more essence on anything you've already got started. So when I fire it off, it's going to give me floating stones or verdant hollow, one or the other. It gives me floating stones. It continues, fills in the glyph. Redraw the hand. And I have plenty. Oh my goodness, look at all this. Alright. I need the life glyph. I'm going to use this one rather than that one because I want to fire off the invocation for that one as part of cleanup. We'll go on and hit this. And there's my harmony. Okay. I have completed playthrough of the sites. We'll talk about inspiration in a minute. It's inspiration is what you're running against. That's your meter. And it also points out, here's our yields. Yields is an important keyword. We will spend some of this along the way, and then the rest of it will remain what what this whole shard is producing. There's some resource management. You'll see. So I'm at the end of the hand. I'm going to do cleanup. I can still invoke this and gain 5 beauty. We see this just pop from 55 to 60 up here. And I can pop this one off and see what it does. It gets me a stability with no invocation, so it was worth a try. In foray. And we build our new little settlement here. Okay, we've gained 4 points of insights. Insights are what we will spend in the roguelike part of the game. We'll get to that in a little bit. My heart is full, O enlightened one. Thank you for seeing us through. We are exhausted now, so we're going to rest and get used to our new home. To think I was actually there, the very first time we stepped back out into the world. Tales of this journey will be told for generations. It won't be me on the next expedition, but I know you will look after my sisters and brothers just as you have looked after us. No doubt is left in my heart that soon you will restore the world to its former glory. Quest finished, the first step. Done. Okay, let's go on and finish this expedition and get out of tutorial mode. We've gained 50 insights total, and we've got this many developments. Let's get back to Haven and walk through this. And here is the scribe. The people beg for a prophet. Inspire in me your will. I will carry your commands to the faithful. Relics. We must gather such relics. Find a relic by completing events. Okay. This is where the game really gets rolling. We've gone through... I like that you can do so many things in a turn. It's a complex game. It's simple yet complex. There's a lot to it. I'm still learning it, and I'm starting a new game and doing a real-time playthrough on stream to kind of document it. as I tend to do. There will be more stuff here, obviously. We have to complete some runs first. Let's go meditate on our insights and bring up, looky here. Here's our roguelite. We have skill trees. I have 50 insights. I can do a number of things. I can increase my maximum inspiration by 5 points, which gives me more buffer to charge against when my forays don't go so well and I want to keep playing. You'll see how that works later. I have Glyph Mastery. I can increase the rarity tier of glyph rewards. Ooh, that's a good one. That gets me better glyphs in the, pick one from these three. Every 10 yield points that does not directly progress. This is a nice one, actually. That's a really useful one. One more event to appear during each foray. I don't want to get into too many events right now. What I want is to do this and this, but I'm 5 points short, so I'm just going to go with this one and unlock that. And then I gotta get some more insights. Okay. Let's rock in. Embark. Okay. The game is played. We should be out of tutorial mode now. You start with a Torii Gate and a few resources available. You can only go so far. I have 25 points of inspiration. I am seeking food on this particular one. So let's see. We've got the step. Oh, look at that. If I hit the 2 buildings, I got 45 food in each one. Positioning is important here. Let's see, that's the large building. I want the small buildings. Alright, let's go here. This ought to give me massive excess. I should have gone with the excess. Oh well. Alright. Same on both of them. We're going to need green to start off with. Hang on a second. I'm pretty sure. There's the problem. It reset the music. The music was way too loud on my end. I had to turn it down, sorry. Resume. Okay. Oh, there is a retry foray. If I see that I've made a bad move, I can go start the whole thing over. The random does not reset, though. I get the same glyphs. Alright, I'm going to start the greenery on both sides. I've got 20 food out of 10 already. It's given me the glyphs I need to unlock the noodle stall on both sides. Okay, this one has sparkles around it, which means that there is an event attached to it. If I unlock this, I will get an event happening, and I'm going to get the event happening on that one. And I'm going to be able to get the other one as well. Let's do this one first. When I unlock it, the vinegar tasters. The fermentation lodge was established by restoring an old ruin where huge jars of vinegar were found. Today, the fermenters open one such jar and taste the vinegar. This results in a disagreement. One woman claims it is too sweet, another that it is too sour, and the third that it is too bitter. They ask the chief fermenter to resolve their disagreement. We have no clues as to how we want to answer, and there are no wrong answers here. Each of these answers will give us a different result, but not necessarily a bad one. I'm going to just go with the top one. It's bitter. The chief tastes a spoonful and agrees that the vinegar has a bitter note. To expect vinegar to taste sweet is only to invite disappointment, she says. And we get the glyph accept. We have learned to accept a thing, and we get this glyph added to our hand. So I now have another glyph in my deck. Hurrah! That'll stay there for as long as I'm on this shard, on this run. Cut it in half, give each 1/3 of the vinegar. Yeah. Bop, bop, bop. Okay, now I'm going to do a trick. Because I'm going to put this over here on the fermentation lodge. And I don't have another spirit, but I got to fill one. So I'm going to fire off the fill one. Get the fermentation lodge. It couldn't fill down here because that one was grayed out. So I get the fermentation lodge on both sides. I get massive food. Okay, discard 1, conjure 2 random. That sounds fun. What do I get? Oh, I get a spread stability, which would be useful maybe. I don't have a glyph in my hand, a stability in my hand. But I will fire this off, which gets me 15 harmony and 2, well, shame about the 2 inspiration, I'm already maxed out. But it gets me harmony, which I didn't have previously, so that gets me some extra goodies off this foray. The settlement is named Kojiza, Fermentation Seat, after its fermentation lodge, and I gain 2 insights. Continue. Okay, well, I could add both a change and life, bumping those up, but I've only got 1 radiance and 1 connection. And the connection has a recycle one, which lets me draw 1 glyph out of the discards. I'm going to go with this. Get another connection into my hand. Alright, we are going to be looking for safety and harmony. I don't have to be touching the previous. I can go out to the edge and bounce around if I feel like it, but I'm trying to fill a little carefully here, and plains and scrubland will give me plenty of harmony and safety if I play this correctly. So I'm going to define my playing area and start the foray. Okay, it's lit up the harmony for me. I can see I've got plenty over on the scrubland. The safety, heavy safety, is over on the plains. I'm going to start the Pilgrim's Rest and lock that branch in. What I really want is the Firebreak Reservoir, but I can't quite get to it yet. Yes, I can. Go there and continue one, and that gets me the Firebreak Reservoir, and that gets me my safety. Now I need over here to get harmony. I could go for the Thatching Yard, but I'd rather go for the Bramble Hollow. I'm going to take a risk. Aha! There's the card I need, the glyph I need to unlock it. That gets me the expedition. Okay, this is now a successful foray. I've fulfilled both these 2 goals, but I still get to redraw my hand and see what else I can get. I see that I can get the Rabbit Warren. I cannot get the Incense Workshop. I do not have the cards for it. We'll get the Rabbit Warren. Okay, let's see. I'm going to recycle one. Ooh, that lets me gain 5 safety. Pop that off. And discard one, draw 2 random. Aha! Gain 5 productivity. I'm going to gain some productivity and then end the foray. Carino, withered field after its bramble hollow. Gained 4 insights. Pick a glyph to add to my hand. Oh, I need the Radiance and I need the Craft both. I'm going to go for the Craft because of the invocation on it. Expand one is... ooh. Oh gosh, I misremembered. Expand one is huge. Let's take Expand one. It increases my hand size for the rest of the thing. It's okay. 4A3. We are going after knowledge. Scrubland has knowledge. The river knows nothing. Scrubland, the seashore, however, knows things. Looking across here at what? The large building has 50 knowledge. Holy Toledo. Okay. I'm going to put it over here and clip the large building so I can clip the large building again if I want to. Boop, and see what is in the large building. Okay. Public school. We fire this off. That gets us 15 right off the... just bang, right off. Oh, I want to use the expand one. Oh, you fiend. I want to fire off the expand one, but I need the Radiance glyph for the archives. I'd really... oh. More knowledge. Over here... there is a buckwheat field. And there is... I'll use this one. An apiary. Fire off the gain 5 beauty and redraw hand. So, otherwise that life glyph is going to get wasted. Okay. What all do I have here? Can I get into any of that? No. Can't get into the Bureau of Artisans or the Woodblock Print Studio, either one, but I can finish the apiary. And it's sparkly, so it's going to have an event. I'll use the continue on that one. At first, the beekeepers think it is a swarm, but more and more bees join in, producing a hum loud enough to wake the locals. One of the older hives is absconding. It isn't clear what prompted them to leave, but it's too late to stop them. Perhaps the hive had grown too full, or mites have infested their home, or maybe the bees simply decided they didn't like the scenery. Well, because I have a Radiance glyph in my hand, I can study the empty hive. I have a craft glyph in my hand, which will allow me to set new hives to welcome the swarm. I can compose a poem for the occasion, or I can just go collect the leftover honey and, leave the absconding bees to their own devices. None of these are necessarily wrong. What I'm going to do, I know what happens if I set new hives. I don't remember what happens if I study the empty hive. The beekeepers inspect the empty hive for damage. There's no sign of mites or other parasites, But they find the cells uncapped and emptied, the wax caps jagged as if chewed through. It appears that this hive has been robbed by bees from another hive. The remaining hives are spread further apart to discourage such unneighborly conduct. And we get a bee. Bee has life, spirit, and connection, will spread life, and add a honey glyph to the top of the draw stack, which is a really nice glyph to have. Wow, that's a heck of a glyph. Nice. Okay. So, we have had an event. We've had a successful foray. I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to recycle one, which lets me do a couple of tricks. I'm looking to see if I can get any goodies out of my hand before I end the foray. Nope, not going to happen. End foray. The settlement is named Tsuyahara Dewfield after its plains. I gained 5 insights. Okay. I already have 3 connection glyphs. I need that craft. I've only got 1 craft in my deck. Add that craft. 4A4. Looking for harmony. The river has harmony. The river can sing in harmony, and so can the scrubland. 20 points each. The hill has 25 points of harmony. The seashore, 30. I think I'm going to go for scrubland and seashore here. Okay, let's launch this. Having chosen my sites, let's see. It has given me the glyphs to launch some specific things here. I have 2 stabilities, 2 crafts, and a change. This is going to go off to the Bonded Rocks and the Bramble Hollow. That's where I've got the ability to start a path. Go for the Driftwood Shoal over here. That's got that. I'm going to start that. Target productivity, and that gets me the Driftwood Shoal. Okay. It filled in whatever was needed on an active item that had productivity in it, and that got me. Alright, I've now got a successful foray. Everything else is gravy. What else can I get? I could complete the firewood compass. Or I could do the whole caller, the whale caller shrine, and the firewood compass. Let's do that. Let's go for more here. I can get this and this, and get the whale caller shrine. Priests summon the leviathans of the deep here and meditate upon their songs. So they're calling to the whales so that they can listen to the whale song and meditate on it. That's cool. Okay, and I got And then over here, I can get the firewood compass, and it's got an attached event. Let's... What the fire leaves. The gatherers worked hard, perhaps too hard. Piles of firewood line the compass edge, and bundles of kindling have replaced chairs and tables in the camp. There's more wood than the settlers can store in the sheds, and more than the kitchens can use in a year. It will rot if left in the open. Some suggest burning it now, while others want to put it to better use. We can. Well, because I have 20 harmony in the bank, but it'll spend it. I have stability glyphs, I have spirit glyphs. I can do any of this. I can chart carefully into ritual sticks. That will get me a relic, I believe. Tend a long, low flame. 4 stability glyphs. I don't know what that one does. Let's do this. The fire is banked in a clay ring and fed just enough. It smolders for days. No blaze, just embers and smoke. It becomes a place to warm hands and share stories. Some say it will keep burning long after the wood is gone. I gained a relic, the glowing ember. With the glowing ember, which is now active up here, whenever I fill a spirit essence slot, I get to draw a glyph. That's incredibly powerful. A tiny ember from a sacred fire. It never quite dies down. And a legacy event. This leaves a legacy. An old monk sits on a straw mat by the shard's edge, watching the cloud sea stretch to the horizon. He has prayed for guidance every morning since he came to this shard. Today, he thinks he hears an answer. The Enlightened One wants the people to carry a small reminder of their purpose. I can choose an herbal scent bag, a seed pouch, a charcoal bead, or a copper ring. All of these will leave a mark on history. These will affect... Yes, goodness, a bee. Absolutely. Always happy to see a bee. CDB, DB, SABZB, SNDD. Old children's book. Which one do I want to use? I know what happens with the seed pouch. I'm going to go with the herbal scent bag. The monk gathers herbs from the shard's edge and wraps them in cloth. The smell is faint but calming. Let the faithful smell of the wilds, he hears in his mind, not of the grand incense and decadence of the past. The sachet is simple linen, stitched shut, hanging on a rough cord. In days to come, monks will pack these with dried mugwort, mint, and cypress shavings to share with anyone who comes asking. And I gained a relic, the herbal scent bag. Whenever a natural development is activated, I get to restore 1 inspiration. That's great. That's grand. Continue. The Explorer. I've gained an Explorer. I heard you're looking for explorers to help on the expeditions. Well, here I am at your service. You have my gratitude for answering the Enlightened One's call. The journey of the faithful shall be arduous. We will need skilled scouts to explore these new lands. You're in luck. That's exactly my specialty. What you call luck is but a sign of the divine will. Go now with the Enlightened One's blessing. New quest. Surveying the shards. Surveys will happen after every 3 forays. Whee, we just got through rather a lot here. Let's see. Okay, that all tripped off the firewood coppice. Amazing. In foray. And oh look, there's whales. It's named Mukebama, Welcoming Beach, after its whale caller's shrine. Oh, I want to add another craft. Ooh, I've only got 3. Oh, I've only got 3 chains. Let's grab this one. Get a look at that one more change there. Okay. 4A5. We are looking for food. Just for food. Not worried about anything else. Hill has 40 food. Maybe a little tricky to get with that much tends to be buried down in. Plains has 25 food. The small building has 45 food, and let's go for this. It's pushing out far into the edge there. Okay, pay attention to small building. Start with greenery because that's where the path of food goes down. Follow the path down. And click it, get that started. The scrubland has a mulberry patch with an event. The mulberry harvest is shared between the humans who collect the berries and the silkworms who feast on the leaves. The silkworm carers want to pluck most of the leaves for their worms, but leaving the bushes bare risks stunting their growth and leading to a poor berry harvest. The mulberries are one of the only sweet treats that the scrubland provides, and the settlers are eagerly awaiting their arrival. Yeah, I like mulberries. Okay, we have several possibilities. We can favor the silkworms. We can favor the berries. We can wait until the berry harvest before plucking the leaves. Or we can leave the bushes with the best berries unplucked and harvest leaves off the rest. I'm going to go with the radiance glyph here, and let's make a choice. The farmers carefully inspect each bush and mark ones that seem likely to produce the most berries. The harvest will be meager, but it's an efficient use of resources. The unmarked bushes are sacrificed to the worms. We gain 5 food, we gain 10 productivity. Hey, we didn't lose anything. I'm happy with that. Whew. I used to carry lavender for calming. Oh yeah. Scent bag feels like the one that's most useful and practical. The seed bag is also, but yeah, there aren't necessarily wrong decisions here. There are just different ways of doing things. Well, I'm gonna fire off this fill one. Oh, brilliant. It hit the fermentation lodge. Thank you. Oh, look at that. Okay, redraw hand, and I'm at the end of 4A. Oh, I got no invocations here, so in 4A. Soba ate. Soba spot after its noodle stall. Let's see, what do I want to add? I'm going to add this one because I only have 2 spirit and I could use another change. Oh wow, I just realized the wording there. That, oh lordy. Oops. Alright, what have I got? I'm after, oh shit. I got a triple here. This is going to be a tough one. It wants a bunch of knowledge, some beauty, and a little shelter. So we're going to focus on knowledge. 15 and 10 is not going to do it. Maybe necessarily. That's 10 and 10. 10 and nothing. 30 and 10 here. Scrubland has 30. Can I get... It goes from small building, town square, over to plains and scrubland. I'm going to go here and focus on the scrubland. Knowledge is down, down, down. We We start on the mulberry patch. We get the... Watch which one I use. Use this one to trip that. Okay, I've got a craft. What do I want to do over there? I'm going to do the wildflower meadow here. And then I'm going to fire off the continue. Do I want to fire off the continue? Jeez, I'm going to end up short on something no matter what I do here. I can fire off the continue and work on the paper studio. Seems like the best option. Redraw hand and see what I get. Okay, I've got the paper studio. That gets me the knowledge and the beauty. I'm short on shelter. I can't, there's no way I can get any of that. I can't get the herb garden because I don't have a stability. The sacred grove, I've only got a life. I don't have a connection. And that leaves endless blossoms unlocked. I'm going to fire off the fill one and see what it does. Holy crap, it filled the sacred grove. You son of a bitch. Okay, we get the sacred grove. Now we get to see what happens when you miss a goal. I completely whiffed the need for safety here. Oh. I needed 7 points of safety. I didn't get any of it. I lose 7 points of inspiration. Blam. When that drops to 0, I am done on this run. That ends the run. So, I just lost 7 points. I gotta do better on this. Let's see where we go. Ooh. I got either a spirit and connection or that blesses both. Oh man, look at the invocation of that. Look at the invocation on that. Oh jeez. This one's also really nice though. I'm going to go with this one. When in doubt, go with love. Alright. Alright, regional survey. Our first survey. We have done 6 forays. We have to do a survey. I'm going to put the survey over here in order to expand out into this whole big area and unlock this area. Let's put my departure point here. And it tells you how many possible encounters there are. Start the survey. You'll see how this works. The Monk of Emptiness. As the survey team is walking through an ancient overgrown road, they spot a figure on the horizon. The figure turns out to be a man wearing a basket as a hat. He introduces himself as a Monk of Emptiness, an order none of the scouts had heard of. A few scouts whispered that it must be a trickster spirit taking human form. I have 4 options, but I can't necessarily use them all. I have no connection glyph, so I cannot ask about his order. I could invite him along because I have a stability glyph. I could present him with an offering, or any glyph at all. I could just ignore him. This is a monk. It may be a spirit. If it is a spirit, let's present an offering. The scouts offer the man a share of their supplies in case it's a spirit testing their generosity, but the man refuses. Instead, he asks the explorers to take his flute. He claims to have grown beyond needing it as a meditation aid, able now to block out the whole world by mere thought. And I get a flute, which gets me a craft and spirit and a conjure that adds a play music glyph to my hand. Play music is spirit and connection, so if I fire off the invocation from the flute, I get that glyph added to my hand. That's nice. Continue. Wild fruits. The team stumbles upon a grove of trees drooping under the weight of plump fruit. They look a bit like old world persimmons, but they have grown wild since the shattering. The scouts are quite hungry, but they find it suspicious that no birds or insects seem to be touching the fruit. Well, I don't have any adventure, so I can't just try the fruit raw. I could cook it. I could find something the wildlife does eat, or I could leave the fruit alone. I'm going to try cooking it down because a lot of stuff is rendered edible by cooking. The team sets up a campfire and boils the fruit into a sweet, nutritious paste. They leave with their bellies full and their rations replenished, plus 15 food. I'm just going to ignore these bloody ad breaks. I've come to a decision. I can't seem to keep track of the damn things. And so I'm just going to play through, and that will keep me from having to trim up the VODs. Continue. The Odd Rock. The survey team comes upon an odd boulder in the middle of a path. It is unnaturally round and smooth, a little dome rising from the ground. On closer inspection, it appears to have faint carvings on the surface. Uh-oh. Well, I don't have enough craft to dig it up, and I don't want to redraw my hand. Right now, let's see. What have I got? I could... Oh, I have 75 knowledge. I could spare the 20 and the rune, and I could take a rubbing of the carvings. Let's do that one. The team takes a charcoal rubbing of the inscriptions for future scholars to decipher. I get to choose a spiritual glyph. Hill, fragment, or sky. I will go with sky because I am short on radiance glyphs. And that invocation is mighty. A recent landslide has deposited a massive pile of loose earth and uprooted shrubbery across the pass. The mud has already settled, but it's still a major obstacle. I can clear the path. Maybe. I could scramble over the top, but that would require adventure. I could try a different route. Or I can use my craft glyph and build a causeway over it. The surveyors lay logs over the mud and pack the gaps with smaller branches until the mud is barely visible underneath. They get across safely, and the causeway will help the rest of the expedition once they catch up. Plus 20 safety, and the survey is finished. Now, the survey's finished, but I get to do a few more things. I can gain 5 safety, expand my hand by 2, redraw my hand, whoosh, look at that, and see what all I get here. Let's go with, bless the beauty, gain 5 beauty, at which point I gain 10, Um, okay. Discard one, conjure two random. Oh, it didn't let me do it. Okay, fine. I'm just seeing what I can, if there's anything. Ah, gain 10 food. Okay, in the survey. There we go. And that gives me, finish a survey. Surveys happen after every 3 4As. Okay. 4A7, I haven't done a capital yet. I haven't done a convergence. Still introducing the mechanic. I need adventure. 45 adventure is not going to happen. I can tell you right now, this is going to blow my... This is going to shoot my 4A right here. My run is going to end the run. It's just not possible to get that much adventure in one run, in one 4A. Now, I'm just going to put it on the seashore and go for it. Alright, seashore. We start with the shipping warehouse. And then pick which of these two paths I can do. Okay, I'm going to go for the shipwright's yard. Oh, bugger. I could have hang on. I'm going to retry this. I just realized I messed that up. Okay. Go to the shipping warehouse. Put this in here. For the shipwright's yard. And then fire the invocation on this one. Gets me the mulching shed. I had hoped it was going to get me the shipwright's yard. Oh well. Let's do a recycle one. Ooh, expand to discard one. Yay, let's do that. Redraw the hand and get lots of glyphs. Get the shipwright's yard. Bugger. Cannot get ships at sea. If I could use the continue if I had a connection already. I'm gonna, yeah. I'm gonna drop this in. Which I believe tripped. Oh, that's spirit essence. Something. There was a noise there. Fire off the fill one. Holy crap, the fill one got me the ships at sea. There we go. Alright, well I got 25, but I'm not gonna, there's no way. If you're not gonna get 45. And that was a run ender right there. Let's go see what I can get in the cleanup phase. I can gain some knowledge and bless my productivity. And in the 4A. Ending the 4A here. Buda Hogishi, White Sail Shore. Costs me all my remaining inspiration. The expedition will end now. And there is the completed shard. Iriajima. I gained 39 insights. Had a heck of a final deck. Okay. The expedition was a success. The shards are full of new adventures, new places to explore. You have done the enlightened one a great service. The maps you bring shall serve as well in the days to come. O enlightened one, the shards are ready to receive us. On the next expedition we shall raise a capital. With that, the scattered can begin healing in earnest. New quest. After 6 forays, we automatically place a capital and finish convergence. Here we go. At this point, I've unlocked a large part of the game mechanics. Okay, with 49 points, the one I was really wanting, the insights from excess, I'm going to go on and grab that and then leave it for later. I'm not going to, I don't, is there anything else? Oh, I could expand my maximum inspiration. There are a couple of cheap ones here. Let's get that unlocked and then return. Okay, anything going on here? Okay, nothing happening there. We're ready to launch our next expedition. Let's start the next run. Embark. First, we are looking for productivity. Forest has lots. Swamp has lots. Let's go out to the edge in order to expand territory, and forest and swamp start foray. Whoosh. Okay. Productivity on that side is in the woodcutters camp. It is going to cost us a little. I can go on and put in the lumber yard and then work on the swamp. I've got productivity. I want to look at balancing off some of this crap that I've just done. And it's given me this life glyph here. Let's go on and fire that up. Okay, I need radiance, connection, and craft. I'm going to discard the stability off the top of the deck and redraw my hand and see what I get. Okay, I could trigger the footbridge network. That would compensate for the safety I lost. If I had triggered the apothecary hut, it gets me knowledge. It does not unlock, I won't be able to do the alchemist retreat. So I'm going to go for the footbridge network and the event, the confectioner's letter. A narrow bridge raised on stilts winds through the swamp, connecting the dry islands that comprise the settlement. A young confectioner has been walking the oldest, least used section of the bridge every dawn. Each day a new folded poem is hidden under the sweets in his basket, bound for a lucky recipient. This morning, just before sunrise, he finds one of the stilts rotted and the whole section around it collapsed. Okay, I can repair the bridge by myself. I can wait for someone else to repair the bridge. Or I can deliver the letter some other way. I don't have enough harmony because I took that nasty penalty on the first foray. I have no harmony and cannot get help. I'm going to use the connection glyph and find a different way to deliver the letter. He ties the letter to a pebble and hurls it with all his might towards the other side. The pebble flies through the air and disappears into the dark. He hopes his lover will appreciate the romantic gesture. It loses 5 safety. Boo. That was not a good choice. Not a good choice. Pity. Alright. What else have I got? We are at the end of the foray. I'm going to gain 5 safety. And in the foray. Sumamichi. Timber Path. Because of its woodcutter's camp, I have lost 4 points of inspiration. Penalty is taken. Ouchies. Okay, let's see. Pretty much anything. I'll go for this one because of the twofer. Food and shelter. Mountains not so great for either. That's interesting. This forest is being a little bit different. Oh, look at all that. There we go. Small building, small building. Ta-da. Okay. Food and shelter. Shelter is in the guardhouse. Don't have a stability. Let's start the granary on this small building. Go into the noodle stall. I don't want to take the risk on the fill one. It's dangerous. And don't... This may just blow out on me if I'm not careful. Guardhouse. There's my shelter. Okay, I've made both quotas. Phew. I'm going to try to get the fermentation lodge. Gain 5 beauty. Discard 1, draw 1. And I get a connection that gets me the watch post. Brilliant. Okay. And also got me 5 adventure. Okay, successful foray. There we go. Why did I lose inspiration? Oh, because I still haven't made up for the harmony. Oh gosh, I gotta fix that. Okay, let's see. What do I want to add? Only got 1 spirit, but already got 2 craft. But that's not a great one. Alright. Food, safety and beauty. I need to seriously load up here. Think about it. Oh, look at this. Mountains, plains. There's plains here. I'm going to go here. Let's see what I can get. I need a replan. Damn it. I'm unhappy with this one. I do not have the glyphs I need at all. Oh, come on. Give me a break here. I don't have the glyphs I need at all. I don't have anything that's really useful here. Well, I can get the sacred. I can work toward the sacred grove here. And I'm going to say fuck it and fire off the fill one and see where it goes. Oh, good. It went to the Snowcat Peaks. Alright. So at least there's that. This puts... Do I need... At this point... Yeah, I kind of do. Let's go on and do this one. And then redraw the hand. And... Got a green here. I don't have a radiance. I don't have a continue. We'll go with the green over to here and trip the Sacred Grove event. The grandfather of the grove, a massive tree that has sheltered countless picnics, has begun to lean. On closer inspection, the caretaker finds that the trunk is rotted and much of it is hollow. It now stands as an empty shell, waiting for this first strong gale to snap it like a dried reed. Opinions on how to deal with it are divided. A builder wants to fill it, a gardener wants to prop it, and nervous visitors just want it gone before it falls and hurts someone. We have several options. We can prop it up with bamboo crutches. We can cut it down and replace it with a sapling. We can pack the hollow with sand, or we could just fell it before it hurts someone. I'm going to cut it down and replace it with a sapling. That seems like the best option for a grove. Let's the cycle must turn. The old giant is felled with reverence, its fall shaking the whole grove. In the center of the fresh stump, a young sapling is planted, bathed in sunlight that hasn't touched this patch of earth for centuries. The wood of the elder is cut into small blocks and given to the settlers. A memento of the elder, the caretaker says, while we wait for the new one to grow. I lost 10 beauty, but I gained an ancient bark relic, so anytime I play a life essence, I gain safety. Okay. Let's see. Really can't do much else there. I can pitch that to there. And this to here. This run is just going to crash. Lordy. Gain 5 safety. There's that at least. And in the foray. Oh. Icefall Valley. I gained a relic. Lost 5 inspiration. Okay, what have I got? Regional survey. Oh, cool. We got a survey. Let's fire this one off. The Valley Path. The explorers find themselves in a narrow valley with steep, high walls. The path twists through exposed stone and small groves, occasionally opening onto patches of grass. The valley branches out into several nearly identical paths. The scouts worry that choosing the wrong path could strand them in a dead end or leave the group wandering in circles. We can climb the valley wall. Seems a bit extreme. Follow the sound of water. Can't do that because I don't have a radiance. I can choose the widest path, or if I had more adventure, I could explore separate paths, but I don't have. Climbing the valley wall is a thing I can do, not necessarily the wisest thing. A scout scales the steep valley wall to get a better view of the landscape. The climb is difficult, but when he makes it to the top, he sees that one path curves toward open grassland and the others move further into the hills. Aha! Ground, reed, or flow? We'll go with, or excuse me, road. I will go with road. Which way does this road flow? Take striptins for migraine. Why did I lose inspiration? Saying, yeah. Oof. The meds I was on for my bipolar back in Chicago killed my ability to write creatively. I had to call my publisher and tell him I couldn't complete a book. That was a thing. Okay, the abandoned temple stumbles upon an old pre-shattering temple. Happy to find shelter, but feel hesitant. Strange creaking noises, feel an eerie presence. Performing a cleansing ritual would be a great idea. Can't do it. Don't have the glyphs to do it, but I can drop this in here, and then drop in. Let's drop in one of the. Wait, I want to fire that off. I want to fire that off, and then put this in. A few brave members of the team climb the stairs to the temple's upper level, hoping to investigate the strange noises before setting up camp. Afraid to ignite the dry wood, they conduct the search in the dark. Although they fail to find the source of the alleged noises, they return with a little statuette, surprisingly unlike the image of the enlightened one they are used to. Ooh, for every 2 radiant slots filled, gain harmony. Neat. Uh-oh, tigers. Okay. I can throw provisions. I'm getting tired of reading these. They throw provisions at the tigers, light a torch, watch their behavior, or run away. I could light a torch. I'm going to redraw the hand and hope for a radiance glyph. Nope. God damn it. I can throw food or I can run away. Well, I'm going to throw food, since that's a thing that I can do at this point. Now we lost food and didn't really gain anything. Hooey. Okay, we know not to do that. Ooh, reinforce the tree bridge. Let's do that one. Oh, and we lost harmony. Bogus. I'm now at minuses on harmony again, damn it. Oh, I can't re-roll. Shelter and food. Easy enough to come by. Thanks for asking for something I can get. And giving me entirely the wrong glyphs for it. Bugger, 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 bugger. Foraging glade. Okay, new kind of mushroom. People seeing little blue figures. Well, I can ban them completely. I can reserve them for spiritual ceremonies, or I can discourage their use, but, leave people to decide what they want to do. Given the universe, I'm going to go with the spiritual glyphs. Okay, we get an omen. There we go. The rare few who can see the spirits, consult them about portents and omens. There we go. Okay, we got that far at least. What else have we got here? I need to be able to get that damn wildlife sanctuary, but I don't have the glyphs for it. I can start toward the sky ropeways. I think I can get the sky ropeways here. I'm going to hit this. And then fire off a continue one to get sky ropeways. Okay, that's got me my goals. I've got my goals. I've got some harmony picked back up. I'm going to trip this off to gain harmony and safety. And I'm going to fire off the fill one and watch it get me the fruit grove. Yep, called it. Okay, I do have no life glyph. I cannot get the wildlife sanctuary, which means I can't get the eternal glade, which I really, really wanted. I can get the fruit grove. That gets me some extra food to make up for having lost food to the tigers. In foray. Okay. Whew. Made it through that one. Let's see. All of it is spirit. This one has a radiance, which I'm direly short on. Okay, for a 5 of 6. Let's see. This one wants knowledge. It wants a lot of knowledge. The river knows nothing. We already established that. The large building. Here we go. I want to grab that large building. Start foray. Large building. I need the life glyph to start the public school. I need a radiance for the archives. We'll worry about that in a minute. Let's look over on the other side. I got anything at all that I can start off? Jeez, nothing. Okay, that'll start the rice paddy. There we go. Oh, I really wish I had something going that I could use a continue on. Boo. Boo, boo, boo. Okay, I can get the Reed Weaver's hut. Cannot get the archives. That's unfortunate. I'm going to blow this one. Let's see. There's no adventure there, so that won't help. Go on and get the Reed Weaver's Hall. Reed Weaver's hut. Wait. Shit. Shit, shit, shit. Get the fungal garden. Damn it, I didn't see that. Whew. Got it just in time. There we go. Okay, made it. Phew. Trip that off to gain some extra points and in the foray. Teaching field after its public school. We'll go with this one. Get that craft in there. Okay, food and harmony. which it seems are exclusive, mutually exclusive. We'll go on and grab this tea house. Okay, now, can make it a proper feast, arrange it beautifully, focus on simplicity, or we don't have time for this on the for the opening of the tea house. Let us focus on simplicity. No ritual takes place and no meal is served. Discussions of settling plans give way to shared memories and quoted poems. Got the T glyph, which, nice. Alright. Life glyph. Which of the two life glyphs do I want to use? Let's use this one. And we'll get the steamed bun shop. That gets me the food. I'm going to trip this off and gain 2 points of inspiration and 4 points of satisfy. This will lock a site. Both sites are completed. They're already effectively locked and get me to safety. Lock for turn. I really don't care. The tea house is now locked. This puts that on the top. I don't like that. Redraw the hand and see what there is for ending for the foray with. I can gain some harmony, safety, and beauty. Some extras, and in the foray, okay, successful. I'm going to add this one because I am loaded up on connection. I could really use more craft, but I am still only 2 radiance, and that's hurting. That's my low one right now, so we'll get that. Okay, now we get to do a convergence. All right, fantastic. I'm going to put the capital. Where am I going to put the capital? Let's put the capital over here. And start the convergence. So, our shard capital goes in, and I now have shortages that at these settlements that I need to try and fill. Later on, the capital will become more important and start performing some functions. Right now, I just need so many radiance runes. That's so sad. I'm short on knowledge pretty much everywhere. Are you useful? No. Are you useful? Only moderately. You can't do anything with. You I can finish this and fulfill that shortage. Redraw the hand and see what I get. Okay, this one. We'll start working on fulfilling that shortage. This does nothing. This we'll save for later. This goes up here. Goes up here. Doesn't want to go. It don't want to go. I don't want to. Don't know why I don't want to go. Fine, we'll do that. Let's see what I get. Get another life, need another life, gain 5 beauty. Let's move the board here and see if that's the problem. There we go. I was running into something. Well, that's not going to help much. This is going to be a rough one. Ending the convergence, I lose inspiration from all of this. I exhaust my inspiration. And this one ends. Okay, return to Haven. That run is over. Let's see what I've got. First off, I've got an exclamation point here. Or meditate. Let's meditate on our insights and see what we have learned and what we might be able to do. I've got 74 points. I can add another event per foray. Can preview events before starting a foray. Ah, here we go. Connections to the capital. This is what I need. Connect settlements allows me to connect to the capital and share yields. I can craft a connection or I can let the capital provide. Ooh. The capital will provide a yield depending upon its biome. Unlock it. I'm down to 14 points. I'm out, but that unlocks something really critical, which you're probably not going to see this stream. Okay. Let's start our next run. We have a new shard, and we are going after beauty first. There's rather a lot available. Lake and plains, giving us huge amounts. Start the foray. The hemp retting station. Over there we want the wildflower meadow. Got to continue one, or I could use it to unlock the. I'm going to throw it over here to start working on the Sacred Grove. That would be a massive amount of stuff if I could do it. Let's not get greedy. Click into that. And fire off the fill one and see where it goes. It gets me the Sacred Grove, bless you. Roll out, and I have the cloth rinsing station, which gains the cloth workers. The cloth rinsers have offered to handle the expedition's laundry. I don't have any of these 3 relics, but I can wash my clothes. And it gets me the cleanse glyph, which allows me to discard 7 negative random glyphs from my deck. Boom. I'm going to put this over here, and this over here, and that gets me the endless blossoms. I have a shrine now and have gained much harmony and beauty as a result. Discard, draw 1. And it wants to put a toil on the... no. I don't want toil. Soka. Grass fragrance. Very specialized in beauty and short on adventure. Oh. We'll avoid 100 like the plague that it is. And we'll instead take the twofer. Adventure and beauty. What has adventure? The forest has adventure. The steppe has no adventure. The plains have a little adventure. Right, on this side we have to go down this path. On this side we want to go down that path. Get those locked in. Okay, we get the wildlife sanctuary. Boo. Push forward for this. That is not useful on either side. We'll trip it to gain 5 beauty and redraw my hand. Let's see what I've got here. Okay, that goes here. I'm really trying to get this. Oh, bugger, I'm not going to get it. We'll go over here for the post road. And at least lock in that much. Fire that off and see what I get. Got a spirit. I got 3 runes out of 4, and I missed it by 1. Gosh, dog it. Oh well. We lose some inspiration here. Usually do on adventure and knowledge. They're hard to get. Go with the one that's got the connection, because I need connection. 483 of 6. I am looking for adventure and food. Go here. Try it. River has adventure. River has adventure that I can't do jack shit with. I need runes that any glyphs that I just don't fucking have. On the other hand, I can satisfy the adventure on this side on the mountains by just grabbing the winding path. There. Satisfied. Okay, we go over here and start working on the water wheel then. Right? Or the oil press, either one. Discard that and redraw my hand. And damn it, I get to continue one. Let's see which one it fires off. It gets the rice polishing mill. Uh-oh. Oh no. If left alone, all the rice will spoil and the rot will spread throughout the mill. I got productivity. Have I got productivity to spare? I'm going to pound the wet grain into mochi. And I gain a relic of chopsticks. Okay. Whew, successful foray, and I got a relic out of it. No, I'm not going to spend harmony to gain adventure here. I don't know. 10 for 20? That's... I could afford it. Let's do it. In foray. Takase. The shallows after its river. And adding... What am I adding? Go for the twofer. The regional survey. The regional survey. Good question. Let's go with this. Let's go this direction. Start it from here. The anxious descent. Uh-oh, we got somebody who's got fear of heights. We can calm her down, carry her, use a blindfold, or wait for her. I don't think waiting is going to be a good idea. Let's try calm her down. The two scouts closest to the frightened woman speak soothingly to her. They remove her pack and, holding her hands, walk down the rest of the slope together, gain harmony. Good job. Naturally, oh dear. We got this jerk here. I'm going to make him carry the heavy load. Oh, wait a minute. That's not going to work, is it? He's going to be an asshole about it. Enforce a slower pace. He's an asshole. Keeps accusing his teammates of being weak and unfit for the mission. What an asshole. He is disharmonious. Here we are at the Tigers again. This time I have a radiance glyph and can watch their behavior. And I see that there's a fresh animal carcass, and we get out of the way and gain safety. Hurrah! Oops. What are we going to leave behind? We're going to spend 20 points of harmony and split the load. Repack the load. The burden is much lighter when split among many shoulders. Gosh, lesson delivered, inspiration restored. But I get to... What just happened? Oh shit. In survey. My hand size has been shrunk twice. That's bad. I need expands. Oh shit. This is going to make it very hard. And I'm after 3 different things here. Ooh, this is going to be a tricky one. Alright. What have I got? Soon after the great rocks were tied with a rope and declared to be a married couple, some settlers began to complain. Since the rocks are unequal in size, they say they represent an unequal relationship. Several people volunteered to resolve the problem. We can let a mason resolve it, let a poet resolve it, or ignore the complaints. I'm going to go with let a poet resolve it. The poet stands before the crowd and recites a verse declaring that harmony is found not in equality but in togetherness. The crowd doesn't seem entirely convinced, but they seem content with having been acknowledged. I get the together glyph, which is a nice one. Look at the invocation on it. Good. Okay. Let's see. I can get this driftwood shoal. That'll get me well along there. Still need shelter, which is gonna have to come from over there. Okay. Put this on the whale caller shrine and gain 5 beauty and redraw my hand. Okay. Oh shit, I gotta shrink. God damn it. That weak rune is fucking me up here. That asshole is continuing to have effects. Alright, I can get the whale caller shrine. There we go. That's 2 of those. Can do a fill one, which will get that, but that doesn't get me what I'm after. Gain 5 safety. Ha! There we go. That the card, the invocation filled it. Brilliant. Boo. But okay. Quarry outcome successful. Add glyph. What are we adding this time? I'm going to add this one because it's got a life and I need a... Oh, I've only got 1 craft. Shit. Grab the craft. I was going to add the life because it was on it, but I realized I'm... Knowledge and adventure. Oh boy. Well, here we go. The seashore is where the adventure is. And it's in the shipping warehouse, which I can't start. Knowledge and adventure. Knowledge is over here in the mulberry patch. I've got entirely the wrong hand for this. Let's see what I can do with the bonded rocks. There's got to be a better way to get this to come out. Willing to leave a ceremonial gift in return. Old coins. Well. That just didn't come out well at all. So ouch. I got a relic, but I lost half my inspiration. Oof, ouch. Food and adventure, great. Everything wants adventure. Oh, and we are at the top of the hour. Well, time does fly, doesn't it? It has been 2 hours, and I will pick up exactly here next session. Thank you so very much for having been with me today. It's been lovely. Hope you've enjoyed the game that's being presented. This is a peaceful game of reasoned decisions, and I'm greatly enjoying it, and I hope you are too. If you have enjoyed this stream, previous VODs are at the YouTube URL in the lower right of your screen. There's rather a lot of stuff there, Minecraft and other games. The stream team schedule is in the upper left. Truck community, there's things going on throughout the week, evenings, afternoons, some mornings. I will be back next Saturday morning, same bat time, same bat channel, with more of Worlds Upon the Wind, 8 a.m. Pacific time. Before then, I will be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Pacific time with Roots of Pacha. Describing it as a farm sim and dating sim in the lines of Harvest Moon and Stardew Valley does not do it justice. It is deep, it is complex, it has wonderful writing, it is very queer. Come see Roots of Pacha tomorrow night. Until then, safe journey, space fans, wherever you may be.